Friends. Mm, This is the first lecture that we're going to discuss about how to use a ID, Dev C++ ID, to build your code and execute and compile and execute your code. And in this part of this video lecture, I'm going to introduce about this ID that I am going to use throughout this course, then how to use Dev C++ ID to create your C project, C source file, and how to compile. And then we're going to see very basic features about this ID. And then we're going to see how to change compiler flags from C89 to C99. Okay, because we're going to use few features of C99 throughout this course. So we're also going to see how can we do this. So let's go back to the Dev C++ ID. Then how can we use it to write our C program here. Okay, so when you open your Dev C++ ID, it will be look like this. Let's introduce about this ID. How can you going to use this ID to create our source files in C, as well as we can also create a project in C and C++, which you can use this very light ID here. So let's see one by one. So if you want to create a source file here, just click file and then click new. So when you click new, see there is a three options are available. Source file is there, a shortcut called control plus n. So you can use these two key together to create a source file, and then you can create a project which may have multiple source file along with your header files also it can have. And if you require any further resources, we can also create resource file for your project. Okay, so there are various other options are also available. You can import a project from Microsoft Visual C++ project. You can import in Dev C++ also. And further, the source code, if you write, you can export it in HTML, rich text format, and text version also. Okay, so we'll see later on how can we do this. Okay, so let's begin with the new file here. Then how can we create a new file? So you press the shortcut key Control N. So once you press these two key together, it will open a file for you. As you found that name of the file is given as untitled2, because previously I may have created another file which has a default name untitled1. So even though you can rename that file when you're going to save your source file in a particular location. And see, at the very most important thing, use of ID. Whenever you write something in this file, all line will be have a line number, which will help you to debug your code. We'll discuss later on what is a debug and how to debug. Next, suppose you're going to print a very simple program, which is going to print a very simple message as hello world. Let's see how can you do this in Dev C++. So first of all, my suggestion is that save this file. To do this, you can go with the file ID here, file menu, and then click on save as. Once you click on save as, it will give you an option, a location where you want to save your source file. And look at the most important part here, save as type. When you click save as type, by default it comes as C++ file. So as this course is designed to learn C, so my suggestion for you to choose C source file instead of .cpp, choose .c file here. So choose it, and whatever the location you are preferring to save this code, you can save this code. So I have created one folder called programs, or go to your computer icon and traverse to any particular drive. Suppose I want to save in F drive. So I'm traversing in F drive, and then I going to create a folder called suppose C programs. C programs. Okay, so I'm creating a folder here. Save it and give a name, a preferable name. So you can give a file name. So few things you should remember while you give a file name. A file name must be started with a alphabet. It should not start with a numeric or special case. So I'm going to write here first program. First program. Okay, let's save this file. So now our file is saved in a particular location. Now let's print a simple message into the console and how this ID going to help us to do this. So what you're going to do, we're going to print a simple message. So most important point that we should remember, uh, C and C++ program must have a default function called main method, because the execution of your C and C++ program is always started with the main method. Okay, so let's write a main method here. Main method that we are writing, and see, whenever I write anything, every line must have preceded with a line numbers. So it is easy for you for debugging. We'll see later on. Now look at the another part of this ID, most helpful part. When you create a block, your main method, we call it structured programming also. So everything we should write inside the block. This is the reason we called it structured, because C compiler designs such a way, C language designs such a way, it provides a structured coding to your source file. See, whenever we start a block, this kind of tree bar is appeared. Okay, so suppose you want to create another block inside it. Inside it, you want to create a if block. Okay, see, another subtree is appeared here. So see, when you click this left side left collapse button. Okay, so this is the most powerful feature to using an IDE to performing writing your source code in any language. So it's better suggestion for you is that always use a IDE if you're the beginner of your programming life. Okay, so we'll see later on how this button that we can further use to understand the code, how to write the code. Okay, so in this code, we are going to simply print a message called hello world. To do this, C offers us a function, standard output function. We called it printf. Okay, so we'll discuss about this function later on in upcoming lectures. So in printf, if you want to print any message, okay, hello world, or this is my first C program, you should write everything inside the double quote. Okay, so let me write, this is my first C code. Okay, so everything you're going to put inside the double quote. So we called it a string here. We're going to discuss a string in the during string lectures. So everything this whatever character you have written, you must put into the double quote, and every line must be end with semicolon. So we called it end of statement also. Okay, so this is the message that we want to print, and sometimes it is found that in Dev C++ environment, if you write only main method, your program is compiled successfully. But sometimes it is found that your operating system expect that main must return an integer value. So what you can do, we can put here integer type as a return type of the main method, and as the last statement of the main function, we can put another statement, return 0 or return 1. Okay, so this main method is now ready to print. Now another important point here, see, when you use printf, printf is a system defined function. It is come with certain library with your compiler. So to use this printf function, we need to use one header file. We called it stdio.h. std means standard, I means input, o means output. Standard input output header file. So the required code for printf is already written in this header file, or you also called it library. And another point that I want to discuss here, Whenever you want to use some header file or library, you must put that header file inside the angular bracket, and with this we need to use hash include that keyword. It is a keyword in C, okay, to include a library. We also called it a preprocessor directives. Okay, so let's see, save this code. We can press Ctrl S to save this code, and let's see how can we get this output here. So remember, when you want to output from your source file, two steps you need to follow. First step, you need to compile that code. To compile that code, you can click execute menu, and then you can click compile. So your program is now started in compilation phase. As you see here, so it takes a bit time to compile this code. Okay, it will take some time. It depends on the computer processor capability. So see, there is a clear-cut message is given after compilation. Compilation succeed, and it takes certain amount of time. In your computer, it may take different amount of time. It depends on the processor. So we are not going to discuss regarding the processor time here. Okay, so our compilation is ready. So this is the feature thing you can follow. First, compile the file, then run the file. Okay, so click on execute, run, and see we are getting the output. So let me share the output window with you. Okay, so now let's see the console output is appeared here. This is my first C code, and we found that return value is 0 as we are returning 0 from the main method, and it is telling you press any key to continue. So if you want to go back to the ID, you press enter, press enter. Okay, so now let's go back to the Dev C++ ID again, and let's discuss few more features about this Dev C++ ID. Okay, now this is the features that we can use from the execute menu. If you do not want step-by-step process, you can do one thing. You can go with compile and run together. Okay, it will do the two step together one by one. Instead of doing step-by-step from your own, you can use compile and run. Okay, so this is the features that we can use. Next, see, there are the few menu options is also there. What about this button? The first button is saying we can click this button to compile our code. Fine. Second button is this for what? Run the code. If we execute the code, our code will run again. Okay. And look at the third code. Third button is saying compile and run together. And the fourth button is rebuild. Rebuild means if you suppose change your code, at least anything, then we need to press the rebuild button. Okay, so this is the shortcut button you can use, or in addition to this, you can use keyboard shortcut also. Use F9 to compile your code. Use Ctrl plus F9 to compile the current file. Use function button 10, F10 to run your code. And similarly, you can use other functions button to performing anything. Okay, so next, let's see few other features of this Dev C++ ID. Okay, so if you suppose want to change the background or font color, if you not like this font color, if you want to change this, you can do this. To change the font of the editor, you need to click tools option and then editor option. If you click the editor option, there is various options are available here. You can click the font button to change the font from the available font. Okay, so many fonts are available. You can change the font size. Similarly, you can change the color, source line color, comment color, whatever the color you want to use. Or there may be theme is also there. A particular theme is you can choose to do this. So it's up to your choice what type of environment you want to set up for the Dev C++. Okay, so here I given a very short introduction about Dev C++. While you're doing the code, you are going to also understand various other features. Let's see few features from the edit menu. Suppose I want to comment the whole code here. After selecting the piece of code, let's click edit button, edit menu. Under edit, if I click the comment, see all lines are commented. In C, we use double slash to comment a single line. sorry. Suppose you do not want to comment line by line, you want to comment as a block. So what you can do, first make it uncomment, okay, and then go to the edit button again and use toggle comment. Okay, so this thing is also doing the same thing. Sorry. Okay, so we are going to make a comment line by line using this menu. Instead of explicit commenting, you can use this feature. If you do not like this commenting, you just remove the comment by clicking the uncomment button. Okay, fine. So here I introduce very basic features. In another part of the course, that's where we're going to understand few advanced features that we can use here. So hopefully, I hope you understand what are the features that we can use to perform your write your source code using Dev C++ IDE. I hope so you enjoy this part of this lecture. Thank you.